Zucchini's a fruit? Oh my god, my whole life is a lie. What's up, y'all? So, I wanted to do a watercolor today. I got a beautiful bouquet of flowers from my girlfriend last night, and I just tried to arrange them poorly. But it's not really about the arrangement or anything. I just kind of wanted to practice my watercolor skills because I'm about to start on a really big watercolor project, and I just kind of want to feel like I have a better grasp over the medium. So today is a day for me to not really get in my head about how things look or whatever. It's just about practicing and just putting in a few hours to just have fun and play around. So I thought I'd hang out with you guys and paint. So let's hop into it. Oh, by the way, if you're here, please get out your stuff to make art. Let's just, what I'm saying, let's stick on our grind each day. We get, what I'm saying, we're trying to get 1% better or whatever. You know what I mean? Before I start though, I want to throw on a little bit more tape. I'm kind of worried about the painting kind of rising up because of the water. And this isn't the greatest watercolor paper, but it'll do for what I need.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Yeah, that should be cool. And I probably should be measuring out the margins, but nah, bro, like, it's a little playful thing. And, we'll deal with that when we deal with that. So I was supposed to record last night when I got home from work, but I realized I wasn't exactly in the proper headspace to do something like that. I was kind of fed up, and I didn't think it would have been fair to just kind of like for more or less, or for lack of a better word, complaining for like 2 hours to the camera. So I figured let me sleep on it and see how I feel tomorrow. And surprise, surprise, I feel much better today. Y'all know. I'm like worried I already fried my brush. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Or wait, not all okay. Yeah, oh, okay. So, all right. So my paint. I'm just gonna get my paint wet and then we can get started. All right. So I woke up this morning, I went to the gym, let out my frustration, and I go to the grocery store, as I do, and there's a nice young lady at the Trader Joe's, and she tells me, "I like your hair." And I'm like, wow, thank you. I was gonna wash it today, but maybe not, because after what she just told me, I'm feeling myself. So I'm gonna let it rock for another day. Let's see. So what I'm doing right now is just kind of like doing a rough lay-in of my vase and of my larger shapes. I just kind of want to get it on here, and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll come back and correct anything I need to correct with pencil. But yeah, so that already does whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna try not to be critical. So if I'm being critical, please forgive me. I'm just trying to make it work. This is blue down here. So I leave the Trader Joe's. I head home. I make myself a delicious breakfast, and I realize, man, everything's gonna be all right. Because even though I had a bad day yesterday, I'm up today, doing whatever I want, and shit, life can't be that bad. So my issue, I guess, kind of what I was gonna talk about yesterday is just like the title. Who knows? It might even be the title of this video. But it was, I'm not famous, but I know I will be, right? And it's not about me entirely relying on being famous or like that's my only goal. But I guess what I'm getting at is, I know that I'm going to do something important or do important things and mean something to people outside of myself, because I already mean something to me. And just like because of the work and the dedication I put in, I'm gonna be somebody and I'm gonna be okay. And sometimes it's hard to remember that when you're at work and you kind of don't like your job, because I don't really like my job all that much. And so yesterday I was just kind of having one of those days, where you don't really want to be in the building or, surrounded by your coworkers, even though they might be cool people. But, just one of those days. all of that to say, don't give up on yourself, because I'm not going to give up on myself. And at some point, this channel will be a testament to dedication and just, it already is, but it's kind of, as Nipsey says, it's a marathon, not a race. And over time the channel will grow to show and bear the fruits of the labor. But until then, it's you're just gonna have to take my word for it that I'm gonna be somebody. And in the meantime, we just hang out, inspire one another. That's what we're gonna have to do. It's just, I encourage y'all, like in anything, like if you're feeling down, or if you're feeling like you need an extra push in whatever you're working on, like hit me up. You know what I'm saying? The IG's down there, the comments are down there. You know what I'm saying? Like don't feel like you can't talk to me, because the whole point of this is to just like get a group of people together who feels like old friends. Because at some point, the channel ain't even old yet, but at some point we will indeed be old friends. So I'm not too concerned with color right now. I'm just trying to get my shapes on, and then I can go back in and fix it up purple. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry, and I'll be back in a moment to take care of that.
Well, here we go.
1 hour later.
Just a few more seconds of mental preparation and I'll be painting this wall.
Okay, so should be dry enough for me to draw a little bit. The thing about watercolor for me is that it's such a difficult medium to play with. Because, well, in particular for me, because it's so messy, and I like to be a little, it's so messy, and I like to have a little bit of a, for lack of a better word, like a neater, more succinct situation. And sometimes I kind of get lost in the messiness of it. This is all just a sketch, so trying to not feel too crazy about it. So like I was saying earlier, when I'm at work, sometimes I just feel like, they don't know who I am or who I'm gonna be and all the work I put in. And that's not, that doesn't define me as a person. But sometimes, I don't know, I grew up playing sports, so I'm very competitive, and I feel like sometimes it's just like, yo, who you talking to, bro? Like, low key, I think I should switch from watercolor to gouache. Give me a second. I think the gouache will give me a more opaque situation, and I can finally play with it. I don't ever really play with it. Do I have an orange? What's the difference? Give me a second. Let me just get this palette right real quick. We got our little palette all set up, and we're good to go. Wow, I think this might be my first time ever holding a palette like this. That's pretty cool. expectations. And currently it's pretty hard because I just want it to come out nicely, you know? I think a part of me is like, I deserve to have a nice drawing, or I deserve to have a nice painting, so it should come out nice, you know? And that's like not really how things work. Yeah, gouache is funny, dude. Like I don't really know how to make heads or tails of it, especially because I'm still in the beginning phases of it, both literally and figuratively, you know? Like I'm just starting out learning how to use it, but also in regards to this painting, you know, I'm still, if you just throw a little bit of black in there, I'm still just trying to figure it out. Forgive me, I know you're supposed to work light Sometimes I feel like people make you feel crazy for having a dream that's different than everyone else's, or just that's not normal, you know? And for the longest time, I've just been trying to figure out what is normal, what does that mean, and everyone's normal is different. And a part of me believes that people try to shame others for having big dreams, or, you know, taking a different route in life because maybe they wish they could have done that, but, you know, responsibilities or fear or whatever, like, you know, it's life happens, and when life gets to life, and there's no real fighting, no real way to fight that, you know? Not that you should want to fight, like, you know, I don't know, do you fight back when life comes for you, or do you, like, you know, roll with it? I do think I just feel like self-belief is healthy, and anyone who tells you it's not. Learning how to paint light to dark is so strange. I feel like I'm kind of going against everything I know. And I also don't really know how much water to put in on it. Today is an exploratory day, y'all. So I hope that's cool. Because really, like I said, this is just practice for when I decide to do my project. And I'm just trying to get a feel for the medium, and I guess see which medium I want to use for the project. I don't know yet. I think I'll have to do a few more to really decide, because right now the gouache feels... I've noticed that when I'm working on art and I get kind of anxious, I'll want to get up and walk around for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, just kind of do something else to take my mind off the anxiety. But that only comes when I feel like I'm doing something I'm not totally confident in. And I don't know why I feel like that, because I guess I know why I feel like that. I'm doing something that's new to me, but I'm trying not to need more red. I'm trying not to let it discourage me from trying something. I honestly think that's, like, unknowingly, that's my goal with painting, is to just push past things that make me uncomfortable. Because as I do that, I get more and more used to the feeling of just being uncomfortable, and I don't let it distract me from my ultimate goal, which is to I don't know, that's a hard thing to answer. When I was in therapy last week, by the way, still looking for a new therapist. My God, finding a new therapist is like, it's like dating. I feel like I said that before, but genuinely, it's so tough. You know, you have to reintroduce yourself to a new person every time until you find your person who will work with you. But anyways, my therapist asked me, or the therapist asked me, what do you want to do? And I tell her, I want to be a professional artist, but not in the traditional sense, in a way that is most likely going to take me years longer than my contemporaries. And she goes, why? And I'm saying, well, I am trying to do something that I don't think anyone has managed to accomplish yet, which in and of itself is pretty cool. You know, I basically told her, I was like, I think I live life on hard, and she agreed with me, which kind of was like, wait, hold on now, what you mean you agree with me, girl? Like, hold on now. Give me a little pushback. But yeah, so she told me she agrees with me that I live life on hard mode, which, like I said, was a little like, I don't want to say jarring. It's not jarring. It was a little like, okay, damn, man. At least, like, you know, don't make me feel completely like I'm doing it wrong. But I say all of that to say, I don't care if I'm doing it on hard mode, because I know what I'm doing, and I just gotta trust myself. Trust yourself, even when you feel crazy, even when you feel abnormal. Guys, I really dislike this painting I've done so far, and a part of it might be because I wasn't super happy with the arrangement that I made. It's not really my strong suit. I'm a little better at just kind of looking, but alright, I think I'm gonna wrap up this painting because I don't want it to eat up my whole day. I could probably paint on it for the rest of the year, really. Like, I just let it dry, paint, dry, paint, dry, paint. So I'm just gonna throw on a big piece of white. Yeah, I hate it. I should probably let this dry before I close it. I'm gonna put this here. So as I sit here and look at this watercolor gouache painting, very disappointed. But I'm not gonna trip on it. The exercise was the exercise, which was to just play with the material and feel it out. And, you know, I feel like, and excuse me for being corny for a second, but life is like an art project, and, you know, day to day, whatever you're working on might not look like it's amounting to anything, but at the end, you might be left with something really beautiful, especially if you approach it with a ton of focus and intention, which is what I'm trying to do every day, whether it's with my life or with my art. And I have a plan, and sometimes it's really easy for me to get discouraged from that plan when I go to a job where I don't really care about what I'm doing, and I feel like it's a misuse of my brain, among other things. And not to say I'm better than anyone, but just like, I know what I want for myself, and that requires sacrifice and long nights and doing things when you don't really feel like doing it. It's kind of like going to the gym. You don't really feel like going to the gym, but after you've done it, you feel good. And so, you know, I'm just hopeful that as I continue to work on my craft and build skills and expand my imagination and my skills, I'll make something beautiful. And I hope you're able to do that too. So with all of that, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Sorry, I feel I'm so disappointed with this painting. But if you've made it this far, type down below in the comments your favorite type of flower. Or you know what? Not your favorite flower. Yeah, your favorite flower or your favorite vegetable. Mine happens to be a zucchini. Zucchini's not a fruit, is it? I need to Google that. Give me 1 second. Zucchini's a fruit? Oh my God, my whole life is a lie. Oh my God. A zucchini is the swollen ovary of a female zucchini flower. Bro, oh, I feel my whole life's a lie. Okay, well, my favorite fruit or favorite vegetable is broccoli. Write down below what your favorite vegetable is. I'm gonna go make some lunch, which coincidentally, I'm actually, not coincidentally, I'm gonna go have some sweet potatoes and a salad. So thank you for hanging out. I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you. Peace.